present a plaque to Dr. Solomon on behalf of IANANT for being our chief guest for the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very great honor to present this plaque to National Association of Indian Nurses of America, called NINA. The president of this association, her name is, as you know, Dr. Soimol Kurigala. This plaque reads, Indian Nurses Association of North Texas, President Dr. Soimol Kurigala, President NINA, in appreciation of your presence and support on the occasion of Nurses Day banquet, May 5th, 2012, Dallas, Texas.
Thank you all.
Are you all bored with the speeches and the plaques and all that?
No.
Okay. Next is going to be a dance by Nanette and Jeffrey Puto. It's going to be amazing. Visual and excellent moves. They're the kids of Mr. Stephen Puto, one of the active members of IANANT. Next is going to be a speech by our guest of honor, Mr. Alan Bernstein. I wanted to say a few words before he comes up on the stage. Mr. Alan Bernstein is currently the Acting Associate Director for Patient Care Services at Vantex. He has a master's degree in Nursing Administration. He supports the Chief Nursing Officer who advises the VA Secretary and Undersecretary of Health on VHA nursing topics in order to inform stakeholders and guide national nursing practice. Mr. Bernstein's past clinical experience includes nursing informatics, critical care nursing, and medical surgical nursing. He has such a long bio that I cannot say it all. My time wouldn't permit me to read it all. You could read a little bit more about his career background in the souvenir when you're going to get it in your hands. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Jim Brown said that. Here is the great man who is an excellent leader within the VA system nationwide, and under his excellent leadership, nursing department in the VA Dallas system is undergoing a lot of innovations. And at this time, I invite Mr. Alan Bernstein to address each one of us.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you for inviting me here. They did the right thing when they asked me if I would come here and talk, because I can tell you I can't sing and I can't dance. So don't expect that from me, but I can talk. And they actually told me I only had 5 minutes, but I talked longer than 5 minutes. How many nurses are in the crowd? Raise your hand if you're a nurse. I want to say Happy Nurses Week to all of you. And I want to thank you for the hard work that you do every single day, making a difference for every patient that you touch. How many mothers are in the room? I also want to say, since I won't be here next Sunday, Happy Mother's Day to all of you.
Thank you.
It is truly, truly an honor to be invited here to be your honored guest. It is a delight to see the dancers and to hear the singing and to take part in the food. And by the way, it's delicious. And if anybody knows me, they know I love to eat, so it's delicious. You know, they truly say that things are bigger in Texas, right? So I found out this evening that the American Indian Nurses Association has 3,000 members nationwide. And of those 3,000 members nationwide, the largest group of nurses are here in Texas. So it's true, things are bigger in Texas. Also, I happen to be the Acting Associate Director for Patient Care Services in the second largest VA hospital out of 153 medical centers in the integrated VA healthcare system. So again, things are bigger in Texas. And that also means that I do have bigger headaches when I am in Texas, by the way. I want to talk to you a little bit about Nurses Week. You know, the theme for Nurses Week is advocating, leading, and caring. And it's something that we all do every day. And probably we don't think about it. We just do it because it's part of what nurses do. So I want to tell you a story about nurses or people who have influenced each one of those headings: advocating, leading, and caring. And I promise I won't be long. Advocating. What does that mean? That means when a person who speaks or writes in support of a person's wishes, a program, or an idea. So when I was looking it up and I did a Google search on nurses and advocating, I came across a story about a new nurse who had just graduated and was assigned to the emergency department. And while she was in the emergency department, an 81-year-old woman came in as a patient with her family, and she brought with her 12 family members. Now, the 81-year-old woman was ready to take her last breath. And the family met with the physician, and the physician and the family decided that they would not do any heroic measures and that they would let her pass comfortably into the next journey. So the physician wrote orders to transfer the patient to the floor, to take her out of the emergency room and move her to the floor. And this new nurse thought, that would not be the best thing for this 81-year-old woman. And she thought that it would not support the idea of comfort and the continuation of care. So she went to the physician and spoke with the physician about it, and the physician told her to send the patient to the floor. So this nurse, knowing that the transition of moving the patient to the floor was going to take some time, was able to have a compelling argument to remove the lady from the 81-year-old patient from her oxygen. All 12 family members gathered in the very tiny cubicle. We all know what those cubicles look like in the ER, right? And they all gathered around her bedside when they took the oxygen off of the lady. And the nurse held the woman's hand as she quietly slipped into the next round. And afterwards, the family came to this new nurse and thanked her for being an advocate for their family member. And one of the patient's family was a nurse and said to this new nurse, "Thank you for allowing me to be a daughter and a sister and a wife and a mother instead of being a nurse." So that's advocating for our patients. And we all do that every day. Leading. Leading is about courage. And it's about taking the opportunity to do something that is right, that may be scary, or might go against the grain, or go against the policy. There was a woman, her name is Shirley Chatter. Does anybody in this room know her? She was the president of the Texas Women's University. And she had a calling to go to Washington, D.C. She was invited to become the head of the Social Security Administration. And she was a nurse. And it was scary. It was a very scary decision for her to go there. But she took the job, and she went to Washington, D.C., and she became the head of the Social Security Administration. And while she was there, a customer called and said that he wanted to have his Social Security number changed. And he said this because he had a combination of numbers in his Social Security that were 666. Does anybody know what that means?
വാർഷിക ബാങ്ക്വറ്റ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചു. നാഷണൽ നഴ്സസ് അസോസിയേഷൻ പ്രസിഡന്റ് ഡോക്ടർ സോളി മുൾക്കുരുവിള ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തു.
It's truly an honor and privilege to serve as the president of NINA. The profession that has been so good to me, and I'm privileged to give it back to the profession.
ഡോക്ടർ ജിജി മാത്യു, ജാക്ലിൻ മൈക്കിൾ എന്നിവർ സംസാരിച്ചു. പ്രിയ മാത്യു ആയിരുന്നു അവതാരക. വിവിധ കലാപരിപാടികളും അരങ്ങേറി. മാധ്യമ പ്രവർത്തന